Before you book your next flight, listen up. These are the 10 mistakes almost every tourist makes. And trust me, they can ruin your trip. From getting scammed in the streets to completely missing the soul of a city. Don't be that traveller. Imagine landing in a new city, excited to explore, only to realise you've overpacked, can't communicate, and are stuck in tourist traps. Today, I'm breaking down the top 10 tourist mistakes that can turn your dream vacation into a disaster. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid to make your trip unforgettable, for all the right reasons. Let's dive in. Let's talk about over-planning. It's tempting to fill every minute of your itinerary with activities and tours. But here's the thing, over-planning can lead to stress and burnout. You're constantly rushing from one place to another, and before you know it, you've missed out on the simple joys of travel. Some of the best travel experiences come from spontaneous moments. Maybe it's a hidden cafe you stumble upon, or a local festival you didn't know was happening. When you overplan, you leave no room for these unexpected delights. I remember a trip to Paris where I had every hour planned out. By day 3, I was exhausted and hadn't really experienced the city. I decided to ditch the schedule, and that's when the magic happened. So, my advice? Plan the essentials, but leave some wiggle room. Next up, ignoring local customs. Every place has its own set of traditions and norms, and respecting them can make a huge difference in your travel experience. It's not just about avoiding faux pas, it's about immersing yourself in the culture. When you take the time to learn and respect local customs, you show that you value the culture and the people. This can lead to more meaningful interactions and even open doors to experiences you wouldn't have otherwise. For example, in Japan, bowing is a common greeting. It's a simple gesture, but it shows respect and can make your interactions much smoother. I once travelled to Thailand and made an effort to learn about their customs. The locals appreciated it, and it made my trip so much more enriching. So, before you go, do a little research. It's a small effort that can have a big impact on your travel experience. Now let's talk about relying only on popular tourist spots. Sure, the Eiffel Tower and the Colosseum are must-sees, but if you stick only to the well-trodden path, you're missing out on so much more. The real charm of a place often lies in its lesser-known corners. Popular tourist spots are usually crowded and can sometimes feel a bit commercialized. But when you venture off the beaten path, you get to see the authentic side of a destination. You find hidden gems, meet locals, and experience the culture in a way that's not possible in touristy areas. I remember visiting Rome and spending a day exploring the lesser-known Trastevere neighborhood. It was a completely different vibe from the crowded tourist spots. I found charming streets, local eateries, and a beautiful church that wasn't packed with tourists. So, while it's great to see the famous landmarks, don't be afraid to wander a bit. It's these experiences that make a trip truly memorable. Let's move on to not learning basic phrases in the local language. This might seem like a small thing, but it can make a world of difference. Knowing a few key phrases can help you navigate, make connections, and show respect to the locals. When you make an effort to speak the local language, even if it's just a few words, it shows that you care. It can break the ice and lead to more genuine interactions. Plus, it can be incredibly helpful in situations where English isn't widely spoken. I remember traveling to Spain and learning a few basic phrases like hola, hello, gracias, thank you, and donde está, where is? Locals were more willing to help, and it added a layer of connection to my trip. So before you go, take some time to learn a few key phrases. Next, let's talk about packing. It's a delicate balance. Pack too much and you're lugging around a heavy suitcase. Pack too little and you might find yourself without essentials. The key is to pack smartly and efficiently. When you overpack, you're not just carrying extra weight, you're also limiting your mobility. It's harder to navigate public transport or walk long distances. Plus, you might end up paying extra baggage fees. On the other hand, underpacking can leave you without important items, forcing you to buy things on the go. I've been guilty of both. Over time, I've learned to pack just what I need and nothing more. Here's a tip: make a packing list and stick to it. Packing smartly can make your trip so much smoother. Let's talk about tourist traps and scams. They're everywhere, and if you're not careful, they can ruin your trip. Tourist traps are often overpriced and overcrowded, while scams can leave you out of pocket and feeling vulnerable. Common scams include fake taximeters, overpriced souvenirs, and street performers demanding money. It's important to stay vigilant and do your research. Know the common scams in the area you're visiting and how to avoid them. I once fell for a classic scam in Paris. A friendly stranger offered to help me buy a metro ticket, only to charge me double the price. Since then, I've learned to be more cautious and aware of my surroundings, and always trust your instincts. Ignoring the weather and local seasons is another common mistake. The weather can make or break your trip, so it's crucial to check the forecast and pack accordingly. Different seasons can also offer unique experiences, so it's worth considering the best time to visit. For example, visiting Europe in the summer might mean dealing with crowds and high prices, but it also means longer days and outdoor festivals. On the other hand, visiting in the off-season can offer a more relaxed experience, but might limit some activities. I once visited India during the monsoon season without realizing it. It rained almost every day, and many of the outdoor activities I had planned were cancelled. So before you go, do some research on the weather and seasons of your destination. It can make a big difference in your travel experience. Let's talk about travel insurance. It might seem like an unnecessary expense, but trust me, it's worth it. Travel insurance can cover a range of issues, from medical emergencies to trip cancellations, and can save you a lot of stress and money. Imagine getting sick or injured in a foreign country and not having insurance. The medical bills can be astronomical. Or think about a flight cancellation that leaves you stranded. Travel insurance can provide coverage and assistance in these situations. I once had a trip to South America where my luggage was lost for several days. Thankfully, I had travel insurance that covered the cost of essentials until my luggage was found. It was a lifesaver and made me realize the importance of being prepared. Being glued to your phone is a common mistake that can take away from the travel experience. It's easy to get caught up in taking photos, checking social media, or navigating with maps, but it can make you miss out on the present moment. When you're constantly on your phone, you're not fully experiencing the sights, sounds, and interactions around you. Travel is about being present and soaking in the environment, and that's hard to do when you're staring at a screen. I remember a trip to Bali where I was so focused on capturing the perfect photo that I missed the beauty of the place. It wasn't until I put my phone away and just enjoyed the moment that I truly appreciated the experience. So, try to disconnect a bit. Being present can make your travel experience so much richer. Finally, not interacting with locals is a mistake that can limit your travel experience. Locals can offer insights, stories, and connections that you won't find in guidebooks. Engaging with them can make your trip more meaningful and memorable. When you take the time to talk to locals, you get a deeper understanding of the culture and the place you're visiting. They can recommend hidden gems, share their traditions, and give you a perspective that you wouldn't get otherwise. I once met a local family in Morocco who invited me to their home for a meal. It was an incredible experience, so don't be afraid to strike up a conversation. It's these connections that make travel truly special. Travel is about connection, not just collecting stamps in a passport. Avoid these mistakes and your trip will be one to remember, for all the right reasons. Safe travels. Remember, the key to a great trip is to be prepared, stay flexible, and embrace the unexpected. It's not about having a perfect itinerary, but about being open to new experiences and learning from them. Travel smart, travel well, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. See you in the next video.